Slavery is illegal everywhere, but there are still around 27 million slaves in the world. This is more than any time in history. According to Free the People, slavery is the fastest growing criminal industry in the world. The common types of slavery today are bonded labor, forced domestic labor, forced prostitution, and child soldiers. The most common type of slavery today is bonded labor. This is when men and women are asked to work to pay off personal debt. Workers are controlled by physical and sexual threat. Oftentimes, people in poorer countries migrate to wealthier countries to work as nannies, cooks, housekeepers, gardeners, and personal servants. But then they find themselves in forced domestic labor. They are taken advantage of by employers holding their passports, threatening to deport illegal aliens, or physical and sexual threats. Although it does not happen in the U.S., children as young as 9 have been abducted and forced to serve in the military. There are about 250,000 child soldiers throughout the world. Many women or children are promised employment in a new country, kidnapped, or in forced marriages, and become enslaved in sexual slavery, or forced prostitution. Kevin Bales from Slavery Today states that in 25 years, we can help 27 million people by ending slavery. Recently, CNN and other newscasts have been discussing the kidnappings of the girls in Nigeria. Here is a clip from CNN.
Hundreds of young girls, fast asleep in their beds, are awakened by the sound of gunfire. Armed attackers have stormed their boarding school and set fire to dozens of buildings. Nearly 300 of them are dragged from their dorm, loaded onto trucks, and carried away deep into the forest. Amina Shawak is one of the lucky ones. She made a run for it and escaped. We thought they were soldiers, and they asked us to board a vehicle, she says, which was headed towards Damboa. And my friends and I jumped from the vehicle and ran back home. It's not the first time they've kidnapped young girls. In November, dozens were rescued during a raid by Nigerian security services. Some were pregnant, some had babies, and others were forced into marrying their kidnappers.
I'm a young mother, so I can't imagine any mother going through this. It's disheartening, it's shocking.
Like most slaves, these girls will probably work in fields, brothels, homes, and practically any other place you can imagine. The End It movement explains that India has the largest number of people in slavery today, which is 14 million people, and the U.S. has 600,000 victims in slavery today. Free the Slaves says that the average slave costs $30 to $90. Slavery is a problem that many people think has been solved. However, it is still going on today in many forms.